Hi guys, welcome. I am so excited to teach you guys a little bit about this newer concept of a partial brow. So here's the thing. We have lots of clients that want to have permanent makeup done, but they're nervous, right? They're scared. They've seen bad brows. Their friends have had work done that looks terrible. They've seen it all and they're scared. So what is a great way to get them in the door? It's giving them an option for a very subtle partial brow. In years past, we've had a flat rate on our website for brows, right? Nano brows, powder brows, microblading. You get the brows done for X amount of dollars. But we have had clients call in and say, I just need a little area done. There's just one little patch that's a little bit lighter or, sparse. And honestly, I would just always convert them to a full brow, or I'd say, sorry, we don't have that option available. And then I would lose them as a potential client. I think it's pretty clear that the permanent makeup industry follows a similar trend to the makeup industry. We're just a little bit behind it. And so in the makeup industry over, the last 10 years, we've seen lots of different trends. Bolder brows, we've seen like the pomade brow, and that was very popular for some time. So a lot of the permanent makeup requests that were coming in from clients was something like that. But things change. Artists get smarter. We see what this permanent makeup looks like, aged. So not just healed, but like over 5 years, 10 years later. We see the effects of oversaturating brows, and it puts us into the space kind of that we're in now, where it's like, whoopsies, we need to take some of that ink out to give them a more natural looking result. And that is what clients are requesting. And that's what we should have been doing from the get-go, which is why we're here today, so that I can educate you more on this option of a fully customizable partial brow. So what does that mean exactly? Well, it's going to be different for every client that comes in, and the majority of those clients are still going to need a full brow. That's going to be still very common, so don't stress. But when you get those clients that do come in and they've got really great brows to begin with, we don't need to overdo it. We need to look at their brow as a whole and see where they're lacking. Some clients are only lacking in the fronts, or they're only lacking in the arch, or one brow is lacking more than the other. So our goal should be making the brows look evenly saturated. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this concept. If you have a brow that's lacking in a certain area and full in another area, if we evenly saturate that brow, what's going to happen when it heals? We've improved the lighter areas by adding some color, but because we've also added color behind the denser areas where they have hair, they're basically left with the same issue. It's still lighter in the areas with no hair, and it's still darker in the areas with hair. So to try and counteract that from happening, what we should be doing is adding color in these sparse areas, and then not adding as much or not adding any colors in the area where they have hair. Now, you can do this with hair strokes. So you can add, you could do it with microblading if you're still a microblading artist out there. You can do it with nano or machine strokes, of course. And you can also do it with shading. So like a soft powder in the areas that need it. You can also combine hair strokes and powder as well. So this is kind of a new age method, really. And with anything that's new, you have to really take the time to explain to your clients what you're doing and then the why behind your choices. Here at the studio, we swear by a less is more approach, and so this method really fits in with that. I prepare my clients when they leave that, yes, it's going to look a little darker in this area, and there's going to be spots that if you're combing through your brows, it's not going to look like you have anything there, but it's all intentional, and we're doing this because X, Y, and Z. Explain it to them. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the price difference? Does this mean I'm going to be making less money? Yes, technically, you are going to be making less money with a partial brow. It's only fair that it would be priced a little bit lower than a full brow, and that's because a full brow is going to take you more time. But what this can do is introduce an exciting lower price point onto your service menu, onto your website. It can get some new people in the door. I'll be honest, there is a little bit of a strategy to it as far as marketing is concerned, because those nervous clients that are unsure, or clients who are thinking, that's a little above my price range, it will get them into the door so that you can have that consultation with them. And then when you see them, maybe they don't actually fit the requirements for a partial brow. Maybe they do need a full brow. But they're there, you can educate them, you can explain, and you can convert them to a full paying client. At the end of the day, clients are just looking for really natural results. They don't want to look like they've had their brows done, and I don't blame them. So this is an amazing way to give them just that. Now, your consultation might look a little bit different. It's all in the messaging. It's how you communicate with your clients. It's how you educate them about what they're about to have done and the reasons behind your method. So I thought it was really important that you guys hear how I kind of roll out my consultation process with this partial brow method. And in saying that, sometimes clients are going to book for a full brow. That's what they think that they need. And then they come in and you can kind of change that, because it is, again, what is in the best interest of that client is in the best interest for you as an artist. That is what's going to bring you referrals. That is what's going to give you the best healed results and keep your business flourishing. If you're ready to change the way you work and introduce an integrity-focused technique into your business, I strongly recommend learning the partial brow method. It honestly is the future of cosmetic brow tattooing. Adapt a minimal approach that's going to keep your clients' brows looking as natural as possible with the opportunity to maintain them in the future, in the long run. Let's avoid those oversaturated gray eyebrows. Head to shopshaydanielle.com and search partial brows to enroll in this affordable online course today. You'll receive a custom certificate upon completion as well as ongoing support. See you in class.